If you guys like today's video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. My goal is to reach 100 subscribers, and I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that like and subscribe button. And also, I will leave the links to all my social medias in the description. Feel free to follow me on there. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So as we all know, the Sixers have been one of the more interesting teams of the offseason. Of course, I made a video about that before. If you guys have not seen that, go check it out. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about that too much. But what I will be talking about is why I believe the Sixers might be better without Ben Simmons. And I know it might be crazy. That might be a crazy statement to make. That if you don't have your all-star or your second all-star on the team, you could be better. And that, I know that statement does not make much sense, but I'm going to talk about it. You could make the argument I'm wrong, but this is just my case maybe. I'm not saying I fully agree with it, but I just want to make the argument why. But first off, the Sixers are dealing with missing a few players. I'm not going to be specific, but just know it has to do with you know what. And there's a chance a few players will actually be back as long as they have 2 negative tests. Again, you should know what I'm talking about. But as of now, they're going to be missing a few players. And their next few games is the Knicks, which they actually just lost, the Bucks, Raptors, Pacers, and Jazz, with the Nuggets after that. So they have a pretty tough schedule coming up, I would say. But still, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But again, I'm not talking about any of that stuff. I want to make the case why I believe Ben Simmons is possibly making this team worse. So, as we all know, Ben Simmons is a 6'10" point guard who can play any position pretty much and is very versatile, who can defend any position, play, make, and defend. But with the Sixers team that revolves around Joel Embiid, a center, that is not the ideal point guard center duo you would want to have. And yes, it's been working in the regular season, but once the playoffs come around, you don't know what to expect from them, because as so far as we have seen with this duo, especially in that Hawks series, there was definitely some difficulties, especially with Ben, to be more specific. But when I think about this season and how you can put a point guard, a actual point guard, I'm not saying Ben Simmons is not a point guard, but a shooting point guard who's a little bit smaller, probably worse on defense, or most likely worse on defense, because Ben Simmons is a defensive player of the year candidate mostly every year, you might get better results. And basically what it all comes down to is you're giving Joel Embiid the paint, which you would probably prefer to do, because especially if you have a point guard on your team who is scared to shoot the ball in the paint, and mainly majority can only score in the paint, that's going to be a problem. Yes, Ben Simmons, he can play amazing defense on any position. He can switch. He can play make. He can do what you want him to do besides just the shooting, of course. But I don't know. It's been weird, because as we all know, Ben Simmons has been posting these offseason videos of him shooting the ball, shooting threes. But then in last season, he did actually shoot 10 shots from the 3-point line and made 3 of them. So take that as you will, but that's obviously not enough to make this team work. And yes, if Ben Simmons was an actual shooter, if he could actually shoot shots and be the same player he is, we'd be having a whole different conversation right now. And if he wasn't hesitant, if he just could do that, I don't see why this duo would not be able to work. But that has just not been the case. But I love what I've been seeing from the Sixers team so far. It's just Joel Embiid and shooters, and that's the perfect combination. It kind of reminds me of the Bucks, or what the Bucks are doing, basically, where you have Giannis, which Giannis has been working on his jump shot like Joel has been also, of course. So I don't know why I just brought that up, but like I said, it's comparable to the Bucks, where you take Giannis, a dominant paint scorer, which Joel Embiid is basically the same thing, and you just space him around with shooters. And if the paint gets clogged with defenders, he can just pass it out, and hopefully the shooters actually make their shots. And with Ben Simmons, you just don't have that, because whoever is on Ben, they know he's not going to shoot that shot. And I honestly just wish Ben Simmons actually proved them wrong, but we just haven't seen it yet. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Of course, Ben Simmons he's going through some mental stuff / back injury. I don't know how accurate that stuff is, but still, I don't know if Ben Simmons is going to play. There was a rumor that I mean, this has nothing to do with the video. I'm just gonna bring this up anyway. There was a rumor where the Celtics and Sixers were talking for a Ben Simmons trade, but rumored the only way it could actually be done is if Jaylen Brown is included in the trade, which the Celtics would be. Well, to put it shortly, they probably wouldn't have any fans anymore. But yeah, this Ben Simmons situation is continued to go on. I'm excited to see what can happen. Yes, the Sixers are going to be losing a few games, especially with Joe and a few other players out, Matisse. And I forgot the other one off the top of my head. But yeah, with that being said, that will be the end of today's video. And I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And just leave a comment down. Where do you think the Sixers season is going to end up? Are they going to be eliminated in the first round? Can they make the finals? Just let me know what do you guys think down in the comments. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love every single one of you. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.